Kind of a sad tale. But, you know, now we can jump into a proper fort. Hey, Hayes. Out of frustration, obviously, would be why they attacked the giant horseshoe crab. Update the title. What did I name this fort? I actually can't remember. It was Aleharvest something. Aleharvest of Scorching? Yes. Was it the Aleharvest of Scorching? No. Was not the Bronze Axe of Scorching. The axe was our image. It was Aleharvest of Scorching, because we're harvesting all fruits and making all of the ales. Obviously. And using gold bars to make the top of a tavern. All right, let's check in with this fortress. We've kind of occupied half of a valley. And that's the main fort itself. We haven't dug down deep at all. That's as deep as we've gone to build a little bit of a mausoleum for the dead. This is going to be our defensive room. We're still working on. And this is the fort. But no, I'm pretty sure it's the Aleharvest of Scorching. We have a Necromancer mayor. We have goblins and elves in our tavern. We're serving them many different kinds of alcohol. We are farming above ground down here. Somebody is cave adapted, not sure who. Trying our best to keep the dwarves from getting cave adapted. This fort's biggest event was we got attacked by a giant undead giraffe that cost most of my soldiers their lives. We've since rebuilt the military, but they're all insisting on being wrestlers, trying desperately to train them on something a little bit more, effective. In this case, we're trying real hard to train them on archery in this area, but it's not going so well. We were training them at an artifact gold armor stand. We actually have a prison set up too down here. Because we did have some artifacts stolen, so we're gonna need to work on that. We have a few different guild halls. We have an Engraver's Guild, which is right here. We have a bunch of different temples down here. And we have I want to say this is a Stoneworkers Guild over here. The military is not cave adapted. I was kind of thinking about doing something like that, but instead, channeling down from, say, up here or something. And getting them to train kind of higher up in the mountain. But the actual embark itself is this lovely, super steep mountain biome. That's going up to here with lots of sand in it, so we've been making glass. And then down at the bottom of the valley is a good biome, down here. And then over on the bottom side is just a barren, no trees, nothing biome. As far as dwarves, we have currently a population of 71. Named dwarves are Pedinsky, Kibbs, Dragonman. Dragonman, your dwarf is fine, before you ask. There is no requirements to be a dwarf if you're in the fort. If you want a dwarf, just let me know. Silvertongue, Brahms, Jack Nurik, Turpus, Flabort, John, Malkir, Flight, Parrot, and a stick. If you would like to be in the fortress, just do let me know. You didn't hear your name here, because you asked to be dwarfed. You're an engraver. She feels satisfied at work and finished up some work, and she's very satisfied. And 2 goblin dancers, don't forget. Spitalier, what would you like? What job would you like? We have a few available. A bunch of mechanics and pump operators, farmers, crafts dwarves, some engravers, carpenter, bower. And here's the thing. You have a very interesting job too, because not only are you brewing drinks, you are brewing you're brewing sorghum beer, which I have no idea what that is, rice beer, maize beer, blood amaranth beer, pearl mullet beer, pomatello wine, a fuckload of it too. A little bit of dwarven wine as well. So you're actually brewing a wide variety of beers because we are growing a wide variety of vegetables. And picking fruits as well. You wanted a pump operator. Also, because I don't have the sub goal up right now, we are just below 250 subs at 246. So thanks, guys, for helping us hold that. I want a pump operator. I don't have any pumps, so you're probably not going to be a pump operator for very long. You want to be a military dwarf? All right. I mean, you'll be a crossbow dwarf because that's our military. You're uneasy after a lack of decent meals. Well, we need to fix that. And uneasy after being unable to be extravagant. Interesting. Well, I did make a bunch of golden bracelets not too long ago. You should go collect some of those. Trade is the blood life of a thriving society. You say you dreams of being the legendary warrior. Oh, well, I guess we should put you in the military then. Interesting. Her hair is wavy and her very long hair is braided. Are you okay with that? Give you a pump and run it all year. Are you okay with being in the military, though? Spitalier. I mean, right now they're all wrestlers, but we're training them as crossbow dwarves. She personally believes that martial prowess defines good character of an individual and disdains the law and values peace over war. She finds artwork boring and doesn't care about nature one way or another and dreams of becoming a legendary warrior. She's very rarely sick, likes conglomerate, pig iron, fire ogate, circles and dresses, and figurines and rabbits for their ears. Cardinals for their coloration and the words of the Midurning festival. You want to be brawny dwarf for extra skull smashing? Okay. Legendary warrior, though. She desires little for herself in the way of possessions, and she doesn't mind wearing something special now and again. Actually, I have an idea on what we could do for a pump. She often feels lustful, and she generally acts with a narrow focus on the current activity. She tends to form tenuous emotional bonds with others, and she likes to take it easy. All right, well, I know what we're going to do with you. But first, let's just do... gold pipe section. Gold mechanism. And gold... Can I not make those out of gold? Darn. Well, actually, I can make it out of glass. Yeah, we'll do that. Green glass corkscrew. We're gonna put on pump shows in the tavern. We're gonna put on pump shows. So I'm gonna make some very, very nice pumps. We're going to put those into the tavern, right? And we're going to cycle out either military dwarves or other various dwarves that we want to get real strong and put them on there, and they can pump in the tavern and people can watch them pump. And we can do like Mr. Universe, but in Dwarf Fortress. So you know how earlier today I was talking about kind of wanting a garden? My mom sends me this email of this food delivery service, and I was like, well, my market's really close, and I can get there right when they open, and it's very clean there. So I don't really not feel safe going to grocery stores. My parents don't really have that. And I was like, but I would like to have a garden. And my mom's like, I could probably give you kale and other leafy greens like lettuce, spinach, clayola, and maybe you could probably grow arugula and cilantro, and also probably peppermint. I have lots of big pots, if you don't mind plain and plastic. Just need to get soil. I also have some seed, and we could spare enough to seed the above. I might be getting a garden. I mean, it's just going to be like potted plants on my porch, basically, Hayes. But yes, farmer lad. Oh, if you made your own garden, you'd be inundated with stuff. Is that a problem? Dude, having like a fucking herb garden would be incredible. All right. So, sorry, I got a little bit winded up there, but you wanted to be a military dwarf, freeways. It's not perfect, but it's good enough. Why fret about it? And last season was bored after being unable to practice a craft for so long. Straw hat. Nah, I'm not a hats person. I'm a toque person. I'm like that minimalist hipster who wears a gray toque. Like, whenever I'm not streaming, I'm wearing a gray toque. 74 years old, born on the 14th of Granite in the year 480. He is short and obese, and his sideburns are clean-shaven. His very long mustache is arranged in double braids, and his very long beard is arranged in double braids. His very long hair is braided, and he has very low cheekbones. His square chin, he has a square chin, and his lips are thin. His free-lobed ears are somewhat narrow, and his skin is raw umber, and his eyes are aquamarine. Saw an elf's dead body in 552, and he is attentive to detail in his own work, and he is confident under pressure. He is extremely confident in himself in situations requiring his skills, and he does not generally respond to emotional appeals. He prefers to present himself modestly, and he tends to avoid crowds. He tends to assume the worst of two outcomes will be the one that comes to pass, and he has an active sense of humor. He generally acts with a narrow focus on the current activity, and he is a bit stubborn. And I'm losing my voice. What the actual hell? He has a greedy streak, and he talks very loudly whenever he is exasperated. You have a brimmed cap for going into the sun? I mean, I just wear toques year round. You're satisfied? Cool. $300 hours indeed. That's a good amount of time. What do you mean, what is a toque? What is a toque? It's not, well, first off, it's not spelled T-O-O-K. It's spelled with a U. But it's like a beanie, a cloth cap, the hat. Man, you got those glass corkscrews done quick. We're still collecting sand. Let's throw some collect sand jobs in there. I haven't worked on the gold mechanisms yet. How fares the fort? Pretty damn good, if I had to say so myself. How fares Robo? Robo, would you like a dwarf? You would just let me know what kind of dwarf you'd like. We have lots and lots and lots of gold. Basically, we witch. So I'm roofing off the expansion to my tavern in gold, and we're going to be putting gold furniture in next. Any cooks or brewers? I don't. My cook is taken, and I don't have any dedicated brewers. What I could do is I could take a potash maker. Move you from potash making to brewing. Everything is in its proper place. Then last season, she was uneasy after being unable to help anybody for too long. Actually, okay, you are a brewer, right? We're giving you all the healthcare jobs. You were. I don't know what you're doing now. I'd need to check. But, like, I do have some brewers and cooks, but no one named brewers and cooks is what I'm referring. I'm pretty sure I have a dedicated brewer, but that's not their main job title. Anyway, we can check in with you after and clarify that. It's been a little bit. You really like fine doors. Like, you're constantly feeling pleasure near fine doors. You dream of crafting a masterwork someday. See sacrifice to be one of the highest ideals and doesn't respect a society that is settled into harmony without debate and strife, and does not care about friendship. She has a profound sense of duty and obligation, and she doesn't generally think before acting. She lives an ordinary life, organized and neat. After being caught in the rain in 552, how horrible. I feel so bad for you. She is very rarely moved by curiosity, and she finds helping others to be very emotionally rewarding. She personally prefers to be alone, and she is stubborn. She is often very cheerful, and she is slow to trust others. She tends to be a little bit wasteful when working on projects, and she has a tendency to go at it alone without considering the advice of others. She does not have a great aesthetic sensitivity, and she is conflicted by this since she values artwork and its creation. Oh, that door. I feel pleasure. She likes native silver, billion milk opal, crystal glass, goat parchment, and the color dark pink. Gloves and slabs and ballista arrows and giant sloths for their movement. And the words of the meandering festival. And she prefers to consume custard, apple cider, barley flour, and absolutely hates snails. Who said I was kink shaming? I was agreeing. You don't feel pleasure near a fine door? But, yeah, Aretherpus, you're just listed as a farmer, but you are, brewing. Also gonna make 2 more stills. Another thing, I've got this lovely, lovely pig pen. I brought 2 pigs. It's turned into this. So all the little babies are piglets. We need to get a pig soap industry up and running soon. You just had to help your mom with locating one of her carrier call houses. Management misspelled the name of the road. Oh, God. That's all I can say to that is, oh god. Alright, dwarves are bringing up more of those. I wonder how those mechanisms are coming along. Man, we're like killing those discs. Like, we're super efficient at those discs. Yeah, looks like we got everything that we need for those pumps done. Eh. This tavern's about to get kind of screwy. Alright, let's make them out of green glass block. Enormous green glass. And then the gold pipe section. We'll do 2. We can put on a little show for our friends. How you doing, Ryan? Good to see you. So they just look like barrels, but they're actually pumps. So they can sip on their golden mugs and get lovely entertainment. Also, I need a refuse stockpile. Oh, it's full. That's the problem. Have a refuse stockpile. It's just full. How you doing today, Ryan? Oh, interesting. Considering we are called the Massive Hatchet, that is a really good name for a little hillocks nearby. The hillocks of Even Hatchet has been founded half a day's travel to the west. Yeah, our dwarven group is called the Massive Hatchet, so that's a really good name for a local dwarven government. And Ryan, what's up? How's things? Yo, so Ryan Stone. SnowRunner's out tonight. We're gonna do that for after hours tonight. So I'm gonna be, for those of you who don't know, or if you're wondering, I'm gonna be streaming Dwarf Fortress until about 3 to 4 p.m. today. It's currently 12:36 right now, and then after that, we're gonna be playing some SnowRunner. SnowRunner being the newest game in the Mudrunner / Spin Tires franchise. Long story short, you drive trucks around in the mud and flip them over and then be sad. It's a great game. Let's see where they are. So we're up here. Where'd this hillocks found itself? There we go. No, that's Silvery Fangs. That's our first one. Romance Daxes. That's the other one. This one, Even Hatchet. So we got 3 now. We've formed 3 hillocks close by. Tavern needs more dwarven sweat. I agree. There we go. Getting all of that grossness out of the fort. We need unrotten drink producing leaf. Go get it. Also, Rhinestone, since you're here. Rhinestone, the legendary mechanic. She feels so good. Does anybody want to be those fucking goblin bards we have in this fort? Anybody have any dibs on those? Apparently was sad dwelling upon being caught in the rain, but felt wonder upon producing a masterwork. Animal is actually a really good name for a goblin. We'll just call it Animal. She is married to Salon, 112 years old, born on the 2nd of Limestone, year 442. You're a legendary mechanic, yes. You wouldn't mind being green, so Stone and Animal it is. Or actually, no, Animal and Bigwise, sorry. Bigwise got in there first. She personally does not respect the law, and finds leisure time wasteful, and finds blind honesty foolish, and does not respect the law. She is attentive to detail in her own work, often feels discouraged, tends to make so small mess of things with her own possessions, and she tends to avoid crowds. She tends not to reveal personal information, and she is often nervous. She tends to be a little wasteful when working on projects, and she doesn't particularly curious about the world. Me, but also not me, yeah, right? You like nice, you like gold, cinnamon glossier, stars, low boots, crowns, catapult parts. I men for their interesting figures. And the words of the meandering festival, and the sound of the correlation of lyric, and the sight of the silks of amethyst, and when possible, prefers to consume sperm whale, shad and goat cheese, and strawberry wine. No idea how the fuck we'd get sperm whale, but so I've been staring at this, right? And going, we've got kind of this little building here, right? Which we're working on with this little roof. What if instead of like, you know, building up to here and stopping, I build a stairway up from the bottom bit right here, up through here, and build a tower upwards? You're a picky eater? Yeah, probably. Sperm whale, eh? I bet you we have to import, because like, I've been trading with the humans in this run so far, and they keep on bringing various like whale leather and stuff like that. I wonder if like that's a trade good, sperm whale, like a luxury trade good for these dwarves. Need to bring diorite blocks in here. There we go. Your pro tower. Yeah, I mean, any kind of interesting thing we can do above it. To train the military above it too. I'm coloring the floor right now. It's very important. There's an old mine vein back there, which is where I'm going to put the visitors' bedrooms. So Rhinestone, how you doing today, man? I'm also noticing a few names in chat that have popped in since the recent Dwarf Fortress videos. So if you're new here, thank you for taking the time to tune in for Dwarf Fortress streams, because I've been doing this for a while now, and it's been kind of a goal of mine to really make Dwarf Fortress a game that people watch. And it's been a challenge the past year or so, but I feel like we're finally kind of starting to get there, if that makes sense. Because recently my YouTube channel has been doing quite well, and a lot of people have been kind of coming over from there, and that's been super cool. So we've got built floors already. That's a bummer. Make a big ass bell. Like, are you saying make it shaped like a bell? I'd rather not, because I don't really like making things that are shaped like other objects. Oh, right. I have a baron. Where was I putting the baron's bedroom? I was working on that. Probably should just work on that. The highest value bed. You see hammerhead shark leather bags, for example. Sea otter leather bags. Orca leather bags. These are all from the humans. Wolf of Zimisel. I don't even know what that is. Like a named bag. Wolf of Zomisel leather bag. What the hell is that? Yeah, no, there are no bells in Dwarf Fortress. Does anybody have any fucking clue what the hell that is? I mean, I'm about to go find it in stock so we can get more of a description. Would they be in bins? No. I guess they'd be in furniture, yeah? I've never looked up where a bag would be in here before. I don't think so. Not without, maybe under tools? Nope. What, a named bag? Yeah, same. I could place a pedestal and then put that on it, but then I'd still have to find it. I kind of thought that there was just a bags section. I guess not. He is the item picker when placing? Okay, let's see. I thought that that was a DF hack thing, but... Oh, view item. Yeah, there you go. You're right. I thought that was a V8. This is a Wolf of Zomisol leather bag. What the fuck is a Wolf of Zomisol? Do you think that could be a beast? I mean, it would say Forgotten Beast. I think we should put it on a pedestal. I mean, it doesn't have any value. And I was planning on making a vault anyway. Oh shit, there's a bunch of gold down here. Maybe a Necromancer experiment? I don't know. I need to figure out where... Today is snow day. Today I will be playing SnowRunner later tonight, yeah. Okay, you know what I should do for right now? Also, my mayor wants me to make 2 crossbows. See if I can make 2 bone crossbows. But yeah, Tredge, that's the plan for today. Best of luck, Zapdos. Let me know how it is. I mean, I'll play some single player tonight, so you can have a peek. How's that sound? Ooh, dwarves are singing. They're simulating a sulk and a zus. The mops and the ruthlessness is an example of the drums of poetry. Also, hey, Atomic Udon. Yeah, there's a multiplayer dwarf fort mod. Lets 2 people build on the same map. It basically just, it's kind of like screen sharing almost. It kind of is. I want to say it's LAN only. I don't know. It's on the Dwarf Fort forums. I posted a link on Discord the other day. Oh, no, I didn't name the goblins. Thanks for reminding me. Animal and Vice. Thanks for reminding me. I totally forgot. I got distracted by a bag. And big whiz. Big whiz. I see it actually as a really good teaching tool. But yeah, no, Tredge. With SnowRunner, these are kind of like the three main things that I see about SnowRunner that are more interesting than the other games. Truck customization. Like, you unlock shit as you play a certain truck, and you can customize it with custom parts and stuff to make it better or look cool. The worlds are 16 times, the maps are 16 times bigger than previous games. And soft body physics. You can crunch your trucks into things and bend them. So let's read Big Voice. This goblin. Big Whis. Cover rims. Goblin dancer. He's married to Alu. And he has 8 children. 287 years old. Born on the 16th of Obsidian. Near 267. His hair is extremely long and his red eyes are incredibly close set. He has a long, broad chin that is slightly hooked and a slightly hooked nose. His head is extremely tall and his ears are broad. His lavender blush skin is pine green. Yeah, no, these goblins can totally leave their evil ways and go be artists, dancers, and musicians, and bards, and monster hunters, and like anything else that any creature can do in Dwarf Fortress, and they can all do it. He is a citizen of a cheerful manor. He is a member of the Coven Hurricanes, and a member of the Domination of Oil. Like others in his culture, he holds craft dwarfship to be of the highest, and celebrates talented artisans and their masterworks. This goblin was raised in dwarven faction, or craftsmanship, rather. Not craft dwarfship. Likes hematite and silver and pink tourmaline and stout bone. The color burnt umber and warhammers and shields and slabs and bracelets and ballista parts. And when possible, he prefers to consume lettuce and parsnip wine, oat flour, and absolutely hates blood gnats. Personally is a firm believer in the value of tradition, values independence, and sees introspection as important. Dreams of creating a great work of art. He's very comfortable around others that are different from himself, and he is confident under pressure. He does not find jokes humorous, and he feels strong urges and seeks short-term rewards. He's quick to anger and forms strong emotional bonds with others, at times to his detriment. He is quick to form negative views about things and rarely is discouraged. He stomps his feet repeatedly when he's angry and becomes very rigid when he's angry. No, it's definitely a goblin. Culturally, they are a dwarf. Yeah, that's interesting. And then animal, who is currently meditating on wealth. And my necromancer's upset. My necromancer's upset because he can't have alcohol. She is enraptured with communing with Errol Wealth Gems, the Ivory Pearl. Was angry after getting into an argument. Yeah, also is culturally a dwarf. 251 years old, born on the 9th of Moonstone in the year 303. Her hair is extremely long and her red eyes are close set. Her teeth are crowded and her head is extraordinarily broad. Her somewhat short ears are broad and her hair is fuchsia. Her skin is lime. She is very rarely sick and quick to heal and very flimsy. He likes hematite, electrum, onyx, opal, cowtooth, giant, cave spider silk, the color, trope, and gray leggings, quivers, and bins, and figurines, and geese for their formation flying. She dreams of raising a family, and she sees lying as an important means to an end. She is prone to hatreds and often develops negative feelings. She's very comfortable around those that are different from herself, and she does not generally respond to emotional appeals. She does not go out of her way to help others, and she likes to brawl. Sounds like a goblin. Sure. Sounds like a goblin. But yeah, our mayor up here, Silver Tongue. currently praying, wants crossbows. Is, unfortunately, wants to practice a martial art. And wants to pray. And has been away from family and friends. But if they just had alcohol, it'd probably be okay. I mean, I guess I could put him into a squad by himself, but... Also, you guys are constructing rock mechanisms, right? Oh, it's my mechanics that are cave adapted. Interesting. Trying to keep the dwarves from getting cave adapted. Oh shit, Tun, the siege operator, is giving birth to a boy. Well, ain't that adorables? Kibbs, why are you injured? I think Kibbs was one of the ones that got the shit kicked in, or his shit kicked in by giant undead giraffe. We also had a were creature show up, but it wasn't an issue. We killed it. Or, we didn't kill it, but it killed a dwarf named Eurist, which was oddly fitting, and then went and died. Is there nowhere I can build? Kinda not. Not without removing something. How about... build an upstairs right there. Moonwalking, hello, how you doing? And Cyrolac as well. You know, it's always struck me as interesting that elves and goblins are both immortal, except when relating to violence. Yeah, I kind of wish that, like, goblins weren't immortal. But, what can you do? How's the fortress? Going pretty great so far. Just kind of finishing up the second half of our... tavern. Just working on some floors. Another musical group would like to hang out. Martin, hello. I'm assuming that's how you pronounce that? I feel like I've asked this before. Hello, Unfinished. It's good to see you. You had a whereas visit your fortress? Congratulations, you've won Dwarf Fortress. Personally, I think that whereas, that should be an achievement in Steam Dwarf Fortress. Encountered a whereas, and just make it like a hidden achievement. The Gates of Bejeweling. Performance group is visiting. Oh shit, they finished the mechanisms. They can make our, so we are currently building 2 very fancy screw pumps as entertainment. We're also making a bunch of golden tables and thrones for the expansion of the tavern. Also, what are you talking about? Tapioca. Because I'm not sure what you're talking about. I'm trying out the lurkers. No, that's not a bad thing. Oh, the whereas? I mean, good question. I still think the funniest thing I've ever had attack my fort was it's a dwarf. It was literally just a dwarf. Need sand-bearing item. Was I not collecting sand? Also, how are we doing on charcoal? 271. Not bad. 343 gold bars. Yeah, it was like a dwarf has arrived. A stout creature fond of drink and industry. It's a bug that can happen if the were creature stops being a were creature before they get to the fort. That was like the big red notification. It was like a dwarven peasant has arrived. Stout creature fond of drink and industry. It was very much a oh lol moment. Ooh, I've had a blood orange, not Gosa, but sour before. Also had a blood orange IPA, and it was blood orange beer is mwah. Blood orange plus beer equals generally pretty good. Throw down diorite. Not going to be the nicest flooring, but what we will lose in flooring, we will certainly be making up for. In furniture. Thing's going to be furnished in gold. Studded armor wrestling squad. I've never managed to make wrestlers effective. They tend to just kind of go in and die. I think it's because they don't have shields. It's like dwarves without shields just get stabbed a whole bunch, no matter kind of how good they are. At least that's been my experience with. So if you're going to send them in, at least send them in with bucklers, yeah? That's going to be the stairway up. And we just need to remove these blocks and whatnot. They'll get removed eventually. Well, the hammer dwarves do the job. Oh, fair enough, I guess. I would use swords dwarves then. You might need architecture there. We need empty food storage item. All right. Well, we've made about as much alcohol as we can for right now, so we'll just turn off alcohol for a little bit because we got plenty. Bum, 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 bum. Also, this is all done. Give it to the Baron. From's the Baroness. Also, I need to make more beds. Well, snapping pics are in. Oh, really? Well, that's not good. Hope your cat's okay. Wonder why a cat would go for alcohol. All right, yeah, there was interrogations going on. No new information's been revealed, though, unfortunately. I can see that. Did she have some or did she just sniff it? Mountain Dew Code Red, fair enough. Hey Malkier, what's up? I'm Jack Narek, hello, hi. What happened? It's like implying something bad happened. Oh, it is visiting. Hopefully these dwarves claim these. Fine quarters. Can we like your quarters? We need to give you an office and a tomb and a dining room. And I'm not allowed to export spiked balls. How's your dwarf doing? Good question. Currently you're constructing golden tables. You'll wonder remembering communing with your god. Interesting. Sorry, I'm suddenly suspicious of your dwarf. Craftsman feels discouraged. He needs alcohol to get through the working day. We're on the ground, so you passed out? Why don't you feel anything due to inebriation? Okay, you are drinking, so that's not the problem. You just don't feel anything. Huh. That's a weird dwarf. It's not a vampire, no. No, we don't have a vampire problem. You just don't feel anything. Which I guess inherently isn't a problem, really. It's a little odd. Like, you don't feel anything due to inebriation. Like, that's just sad. You know what it's from, and I know What are your sensory overload issues? That's scary. Also, you're sleeping, so you're definitely not a vampire. But it's more just kind of sad. Oh, a human caravan has arrived. Chat, you guys, where are they at? You guys follow these merchants. We'll be back in a second. I'm gonna go get my sandwich. I return. Yeah, no, that is kind of scary because, like, if you're playing multiplayer games, especially if you're playing like a driving game, and then suddenly, like, your friend just goes silent on voice and flies off the road. Yeah, that would very much be cause for concern. Glad that you're okay and hopefully better. It's still scary as seriously. That's terrifying. Gather Lechblade, on behalf of the Merchants Guild, let me extend my greetings to your people. I just dropped food on my lap. There is much to discuss. We have updated your maps with recent events. What requests do you have of our merchants? What requests do I have of them? Iron. New request, toy boat. Figuring out my mare. At least this time. I'm also going to request cloths. So that I can make cloths. Nope. Just gold. Just gold. That's why I'm buying iron. That sounds like a terrible idea, Melchior. Because I'd forget what it was afterwards. Also, I don't like having game-specific points redemption stuff. I haven't dug super deep yet, but so far all we've found is gold. They must have a big fishing company because you can request like orca leather from them. We'll finalize the import agreement. Let's discuss what we are willing to offer for your craft worship. Yeah, you feel free. I don't care. I don't like letting chat interact with the game too much. Never have, never will. Again, on behalf of our merchants, let me bid farewell. You and your stout dwarves. Well, 3 of them are above ground. The other 3 are underground. So these 3 are underground. These 3 are above ground. What have I got for cloth plants? Not much. I haven't set up a cloth industry. Pretty low priority right now. I want to get to a point where we can sustain off of pig leather for our clothing. We're going to be selling our large serrated glass discs. Needs empty bag. Well then, obviously. I need to be making glass somethings. Let's make glass cabinets. Can I make green glass coffers? Goffer. Or like chests? Not. Interesting. I can make glass dye. Aquariums, tubes. Let's make weapon rack. Yeah, no, we're making quite a bit. Quite a lot of things out of glass right now. I see the problem. That should just be a downstair. Well. I'm right there. Go up. Oh. Yeah, no, this whole fort's off to a pretty damn good start right now. Although, there's been some weird things about the world that it wouldn't entirely shock me if we suddenly kind of had to cancel a lot of plans and the world goes into turmoil. There's enough things kind of brewing in this world that I could very easily see this whole fort just crumbling immediately. You know, things like one of the elven caravans showed up with a gigantic undead giraffe following it, which, by the way, gigantic undead giraffe is an excellent cover band of steam-powered giraffe, but still, you don't really want a giant undead giraffe performing a show in your city because the fans are just so crazy. They break everything. Also, that was supposed to be for some visitors. I don't know if I'm going to end up using it for that. I know, right? I am very funny, stream. In fact, I would say I'm hilarious. Would you look at that? They're done. All right, let's see if Spitalier goes and pumps manually. Also, there's a bunch of zombies in the fort. What are they? Oh, Dwarven okay, so there's a human bard rotten stalker and a dwarven hunter rotten stalker.
That tickled my funny bone.
Well, thanks for the 100 bits. Here's Melkir. Thank you so much. Rob is a mayor creation. It's not part of my fort, so... No, it's not. They're visitors. Oh, one of my leather workers is operating that. Come on. There you go. Now Spitalier gets to go operate pump. Spitalier, you're operating a pump. Are you happy? Wonder if they're getting any good moods being near a fine pump. You fork due to inebriation, blissful dining in a legendary dining room, but you want to be extravagant. Interested after watching performance. Let them do that for a bit. See if they're satisfied at work at least. All right, we're sealing this off. What the heck happened to all my diorite blocks? There they are. Then we can dig through this. Then we can expand the size of the tavern pretty soon. I just need one of my miners to actually go do it, so let's just increase the priority on this. Probably once they finish building a block. Also, investments are open, chat, if you wish to invest your tickets. Those are mugs. Bamboozler. There we go. This will speed things up. So now we can get our now all we need to do is get all of the stuff put together and build the tower up a little bit and put all of our gold tables in and just hope that we don't get attacked by anything that can fly. And our expanded, bigified, if you will, tavern is going to be ready. So what do you guys think of the long tavern? And bedrooms can be up and in there. The old gold vein. Oh shit, I didn't actually trade with the merchants. Trader requested at depot. What are you doing right now? Currently storing item in barrel. Kib, where are you at? Not to be confused with Kibs and Britches, Kibs. Also, I do have to say a serious thank you to everybody who's tuned in today and hanging out with us for some dwarfs. You guys are all the goddamn best. Let me tell you. There you go. Now you can go trade at depot. So if you're lurking or just hanging out here, if you're here for the first time or not, I get a round of beers in the chat. Let's see how many people are listening. Actually, you know what? Let's just trade for everything that we want. I don't need billion bars. And also, I'm going to grab a couple gems because I haven't found any gems here. So it'd be nice to actually have some gems. Buy all these codexes even though I don't have a library yet. It's in the works. Buy some of that thread. I don't have any ability for them to make it into cloth, so be helpful. Buy all of those iron anvils so I have stuff to melt down. And we're gonna buy all these leather bins and cloth bins. And I'm hoping to do a little bit of a longer stream like last night, because if I can do a longer stream, then you know, actually get a decent amount of gameplay in here tonight. Kind of the hope. Hope you guys stick with me and we keep the chat active. 'Cause I'd like to go for 9 hours or so tonight. And we did like 2 hours of records, thinking like 5 hours of Dwarf, and then get her up to 9 hours on some SnowRunner. And I know for a fact there's some people in chat here who really like SnowRunner, so let's make it happen, guys. All right. Let's trade. And you're no longer requested at depot. SnowRunner being the newest game in the Mud Runner franchise. When you're about to go to bed, trying to make you feel bad. You've cheered the most bits today. You've contributed the most to the stream today. Quite the contrary. Ooh. Although, Kibbs, the engraver, Kibbs and Britches, been taken by a Fey mood. Immediately claims the craft workshop. You have a mood. Go for some gold ore. Work here is done. Yeah, you are the consistently only person really who requests rubber ducks, man. I'm very thankful for you, Spitaler. Isn't it a 1-year Epic exclusive? Yeah, I mean, I tend to agree with that, but at the end of the day, I'm tired of being angry about that, and I just want to play good video games. So, it's just kind of where I'm at with that, King. Also, if anybody's wondering why the view count dropped a bunch, it's because we were being hosted by a pretty big channel who just went live. Nothing that anybody did wrong. You got gold, wood, fancy metal bars that we just traded for. I want to say those are black bronze, but I could be wrong. I think those are purple. Interesting, the game seized up for a second there. Grabbed leather. Yeah, I mean, I support devs for games that I like, and I'm kind of tired of bitching about the Epic Games Store. Impatiently waiting on Dwarf Fortress. What, Steam Edition? I don't know if 2.0 is necessarily accurate, but yeah, well, me too. because I need to make videos about them. I check it before. Toady has a tendency of posting updates after I go to sleep. Constantly refreshing the Bay12 Games' website. Well, hello, Packers. I'm quite a bit of Dwarf here. Which video did you find out of curiosity? Yeah. The only thing that really bothers me is when people call it Dwarf Fortress Remastered, which is just like super factually incorrect. Fair enough, Udon. I mean, heavily modded No Moria is also always an option. He's like, is he going to bed? Is he going to bed? Right? And then I get up in the middle of the night and I'm like, oh god, I need to make a video. Oh, the Frostlearn Fort videos. That's awesome. We actually just checked back in with Joyousfell, the Pit of Waters. Did you find the Today in Dwarf Fortress videos? Because Frostlearn has a Today in Dwarf Fortress video about it. ! vid to find that. It's pinned on my YouTube channel. So, right, what all did you grab? Rough wax opals, stray sow bone, date palm wood logs, llama wool cloth, common skate leather, black bronze bar. I thought it was black bronze. Macadamia wood logs, gold nuggets. Neat. But yeah, no. Those are my streams directly exported. But since you just got here and someone just got a new job. Hackers. Felt satisfied at work. You are a glassmaker. I think I've only named female dwarves. Is entire fort female? Felt satisfied upon improving glassmaking, and within the last season was satisfied at work and felt wonder communing with the Glad Sanctuary. I hope you don't worship the Glad Bible. She is 56 years old, born on the 7th of Opal in the year 498. She is incredibly skinny and her upturned nose extraordinarily broad. Her teeth are crowded and she has very low cheekbones. She has an angular chin and her somewhat narrow, flattened ears are somewhat short. Her head is tall and her very long hair is braided. Eyebrows are short and her gold eyes are slightly protruding. Her hair is burnt sienna and her skin is raw umber. You know, reading that sounds like an elf's description. I know it's a dwarf, but still. She personally values tradition and tranquility and a peaceful day. Sees guile and cunning as indirect and somewhat worthless. Dreams of creating a great work of art like Spitchblade, Platinum, Lavender, Jade, and Grimling Leather. Giant monitor lizard tooth and breastplates and mittens and crutches. And the sound of the Circulian lyre. Perhaps. Hackers. Unlikely, though. But yeah, no, the YouTube channel is kind of like I treat it kind of as an archive for all of my Dwarf Fortress VODs. So I stream here, they get exported to YouTube, and it's kind of like an archive, so people can go back and watch stuff. There's also the edited, like, news updates and the edited Today in Dwarf Fortress videos, which are like short snippets of story that I cut together in like lore videos almost. Related to anybody? Oh, you're super depressed, Dwarf? We can check. She is quarrelsome. She is bothered by this since she values friendship and generally acts impartially and is rarely moved to mercy. She is curious and eager to learn, and she likes to, She's curious and eager to learn, she likes to brawl, and she's disturbed by this since she values quiet, at least in the abstract. She is rarely happy or enthusiastic, and she's conflicted by this since she values parties and merrymaking in the abstract. Or torn dwarf. Let's see, Jack Merrick. Currently you're socializing. You have a daughter and an older sister. No wife or anything. Maybe that's why you don't feel it. Plenty of cousins. Passing acquaintances. Lots of passing acquaintances, actually. Lots and lots of passing acquaintances. Yeah, so not a problem with family. I mean, humans love their abstract concepts too. All right, yeah, because this doesn't technically count as inside yet. We gotta finish this. I feel like the background noise was a little bit too quiet. But yeah, no, Packers, it's good to have you. YouTube is my only real source of advertising on this channel, so. Who cares what they think, says Spitalier. Spitalier, are you a beefy, strong dwarf yet? Not really. The Dwarven Gym. All those blocks running out. They're collecting sand. Almost done. There we go. Kibbs. Ephraimina, the engraver, has created an elven word. Venu Velarathi, a gold edos. Is that an instrument? Claims it as an heirloom in the name of the family ancestor, Bembul Guildmastered. That's an instrument. That's expensive. Which is only 3 in-game years old. Well, that's not bad. 3 years? I'd have made it 3. This is a native gold Edos. All craft worship is of the highest quality. It is studded with native black bronze and decorated with common skate leather and pig bone, and encircled with bands of llama wool, point-cut wax opals. This object menaces with spikes of macadamia wood. On the item is an image of lychee trees in native gold. On the item is an image of a throne in date palm wood. The Edos is a mid-sized handheld silk-stringed instrument, with a wooden body and an instrument that rests flat. The musician plays 57 strings with a wooden bow. The musician can alter the pitch of the string by stropping it against the body of the bow. So it's like an open piano kind of, but you play it with a bow instead of keys. Tuning is possible with adjustable bridges. The instrument has a 4.5 octave range, going from mid-low to very high pitch. It has 4 registers. The low register has a very reedy, muddy timbre, and the middle register begins at a middle pitch, and a clear, quivering, rugged timbre. The top register begins at a high pitch and has a reedy, warm, dark timbre. A very fancy instrument. Like a very, very, very fancy instrument. It's not as cool as the adamantine instrument I had once, but it's up there. That's a cool one. Naughty Late, the Carmen Fierceness? I think is what that is. Be wrong. All right, now we need to make sure nobody steals it. Well, it's already got a task on it, so let's see who comes and gets it. How lewd? I mean, you know. Oh, there it is. Melkir's got it. I apparently have some grown wood kumquats as well. Kumquat wood enante. I've got other instruments. Let's see what instruments we can place in here. And we'll place both the elvish ones in here, why not? Maybe somebody will play them. I like doing big, long, banquet-style tables. Not too hard. Although I'm just gonna do cave traps for my vault, which I'm gonna build pretty bloody soon. Kind of after I get this tavern expanded and after I get my Baroness stuff up and running. It's hard on my wrists. It's okay, we're almost there. That's a bed. Oh, that's not inside technically. Crap. There we go. Done as much as I can. Here it all comes piling out of there. It'll take them a little while to get there, but... Yeah, I don't like pressure plates, because the last time I worked with pressure plates, it kind of was too effective, to put it simply. And let's just say a lot of dwarves died. Oh no, I got depressed dwarf. Shit. Where are you? Why are you depressed? John, why are you depressed? You must pray to your god. You feel so dejected. This is the problem with dwarves having 1,000,000,001 gods. Yeah, I'll kill the gods or just let him go pray. And he goes and cleans. Please go pray to your gods, you dum-dum. Yeah, see, mercenary rotten stalkers are visiting. I've got undead mercenaries visiting constantly. Beach god. I mean, some people might take that personally, hobo. Making glass furniture, gold tables and chairs. We have no military, oh god. I think all these dwarves are gonna need a drink after hauling all these tables. Look at them. They're all flashing down blue. They're all thirsty. Kind of want to appoint a tavern keeper, but I'm fearful of how that will happen. Oh no, there's a boulder in the way. I have you. I remember what happened the last time you were in my military. They all died. Just remember this. They all fucking died. Also, Spitalier, you dream of being a grand warrior? Make a new squad. With metal armor. And you're gonna go actively train down here. I'm gonna make an iron battle axe. Make 5. I think I have enough. You died an honorable death to a bunch of elves. Yeah, sure. But, I don't know. I don't think dying is a thing to brag about, even if the fortress prevailed. And then saying, oh, you have me. I'm here to reassure you, streamer. It doesn't help. All right, well, let's add all this stuff to the tavern. Meeting assigned location. Molten drink. Why did we call it molten drink? Whose idea was that? I feel like I liked it. It's a terrible name. There you go. Tavern just got a buttload bigger. Why is that, Zinnias? Let me ask you a question. Hypothetically. Well, maybe not hypothetically. But what is the most complicated game you've ever learned to play? Because I think a lot of this game's learning curve is actually overblown. Hello, Zenfrox. How you holding up? Why did that room assign ignore those few squares? Because you can see through them because it's a constructed floor. It didn't ignore them, you can just see through them. Why the heck would you stream on slobs ever? What's wrong with you? Because, okay. This is full screen worthy. Dwarf Fortress is not a scary game to learn. It's not. It's an easier game than Civilization. It's an easier game than any Paradox game. It's easier than RimWorld, which is a game that people love to compare to the game. It's easier than almost any 4X game to learn. The thing that this game does differently from most traditional games that you see with modern design ideals is those games give you one mechanic at a time. Dwarf Fortress gives you all of the mechanics and says go ham, which means the game's a lot faster once you know what you're doing, right? So if you're scared of the learning curve of the game, just realize that this is a game with like less options than Civilization. The difference is Civilization just gives you 2 options every 5 minutes, whereas this game just gives you 50 options and just says go ham, okay? Dwarf Fortress is not a hard game. It's extremely easy once you know what you're doing. The hard part about Dwarf Fortress is learning what you can do. And the Dwarf Fortress wiki has a thing called the Getting Started Guide. The Getting Started Guide literally walks you through, step by step, every single thing you need to do in order to get self-sustaining dwarves. Eventually, yes, you'll run out of clothing, but you have, and they'll rot off their bones and they'll slowly go nuts. But you can climb that bridge when you get to it, or get flattened by that atom smasher when you get to it. If you can play RimWorld, you can play Dwarf Fortress. RimWorld is harder than Dwarf Fortress. RimWorld actively tries to kill you. It goes, even on easy, it goes out of its way to try to kill you. Dwarf Fortress doesn't care that you exist. Dwarf Fortress is ambivalent of your existence. Dwarf Fortress will just let you carry on your merry ways and build your little fort, and it'll ignore you. If you put your fort somewhere that's calm and far away from Necromancer towers. Then you can't understand what you see. It's just a matter of playing it. It really is. Game's not that hard. Also, like, for some people, it's just a matter of installing the right tile set. I mean, right here, I don't know if you can tell what you see, but there's dwarves. We have goblins. We have a necromancer. And some zombies. They're all just kind of hanging out in the tavern, having a good time. Yet, Packers. You're not at war with the goblins yet. I mean, I don't know if this helps at all, but I stream this game about 5 days a week usually. There will be weeks occasionally where I'll take a couple days off, but I stream about 5 days a week. Also, all of my VODs of Dwarf Fortress go directly to YouTube. So if you need a fort to follow along with, you can go and watch the beginning of just me playing the start of a fort. Finding the right tile set's big for a lot of people. Some people, Goblin Beast Hunter. Goblin Beast? What? Yeah, Goblin Beast Hunter. Interesting. Neat. Over here we have a goblin that's singing. You know, I do believe between streams and the wiki, this game is not hard to learn. I think that there's a lot of media out there for this game that does this game a massive disservice. You know, people go to YouTube and they type in Dwarf Fortress tutorial and they see a playlist that's 57 hours long and go, oh my God. But the reality is, you only need part 1 of most of those tutorials. You really only need part 1. I also can't wait for Dwarf Fortress on Steam. Because most of those tutorials are teaching you mechanics and things that you're not going to need for, like, when I started, I wanted to get into Dwarf Fortress for years, right? And I initially started installing it in about 2009-ish when I was playing Counter-Strike a whole lot. And in between matches, I would try and mess about with it and would always eventually give up. And then that just kind of progressed, and I would download it about every 6 to 8 months and give up and give up and give up and give up. And then chat fucking convinced me one day, and I just said, fuck it. And I brute force learned it. And honestly, there's a lot of mechanics you can completely ignore. This screen is scary. Military screen. It's scary. I get it. This UI is not very well laid out to make logical sense to a normal human brain. But you don't need to worry about it. Let's just say I want to put, I don't know, I need a dwarf who I can put in the military. Let's say I want to put Packers into a squad. There you go. You're now in a squad. Say I want to remove him from the squad, hit X. I can completely ignore that screen. I don't even need to go in there. Like this, also, secret about this UI, it actually has mouse support. If you didn't know. Like, that always amuses me. That's one of like 2 menus in the game that has mouse support. That works. But the Steam version will have mouse support, so it'll be fine. Dwarves are bringing in more tables. Ooh, look at that. They're performing some sort of either poetry or they're singing. Well, they're all simulating instruments, and yeah, no, they're playing music. Maybe we'll get some dancing in a second. Let's see. I mean, Tarn has talked about before, the only reason the whole game doesn't have mouse support is because he didn't see the point. Ah, crap. Well, I guess I could sell them a bunch of furniture. Bamboozler, posting that in my Discord isn't helpful in the slightest. Send it to Meth. Like, post it on the Reddit form. Or on the forums proper. Wait, what have you messed up? We've got traders. There we go. That is a big goddamn trade caravan. 1, 2, 6 or 7 wagons. Sokol Nilokot. I'm your liaison from the mountain homes. Let's discuss your situation. You continue to impress. I have come empowered to elevate this land in the eyes of our realm. There is much to share. Information has been added to civilization and world info. Requests do you have of our merchants? Leather. Silk, because we don't plan on digging. Silver bars. Copper bars. Bronze bars. Steel bars. Black bronze bars. Rose gold bars. Iron bars. Platinum bars, why not? What do they have for pets? Having some turkeys would be nice. I mean, that's why I love Dwarf Fortress so much, Zinnias. It's like playing D&D, but you don't have to worry about communicating with other humans. Who doesn't want that? And they don't have anything super exciting pets-wise. Kind of hoping for, like, you know, something that I could train. Yeah, nothing else I really want. Well, then we've finalized the import agreement. Let's discuss what we were willing to offer for your craftsdwarf ship. Tools, meat of shields and bucklers, silk earrings, cut gems, rings, cheese, thread, scepters, and powder. I don't want to make any of those things, though. We look forward to our meeting next year. Our fortunes rise and fall together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 wagons. That is a lot of wagons. Normally it's like 2 or 3. Our economy must be thriving. See what's going on in the world. Lots of armies marching. Hold on, I'll shut my camera off so you guys can see. At least I'm assuming those are armies marching. No, those are dwarven fortresses settling, rather. Alright, so they came from out here. Those are my local dwarven forts settling. Also, check this out. Look at all these dead necromancer towers. 1, 2... Like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Although this one actually has a population. Interesting. Interesting. Some of these are goblin towers. These goblins have taken over them. This one, though, has no civilized population. I mean, I have my mayor is a necromancer. So maybe it depends on the necromancers. We're just picky and choosy. We're picky assholes is the reality. Immortal depressed mayor. Because he's still a dwarf. See? Silver tongue. He's currently socializing. And under a great deal of stress, although he currently is feeling pleasure near his very fine trap. I gave him a lever. He's very happy about that. All right, I need to make a vault. I also need to make some stuff for my Baron. You still need an office. All right. Well, let's make the Baron's office. I was going to make this area right here into visitor housing, but we can very easily just like fucking cut this thing out and make it into a nice office. Sure, we'll just use mudstone. Yeah, he's a very sad bloke. Not that I blame him, though. If you had to be kept without alcohol for your entire life, wouldn't you be bloody sad? Actually, no, let's do green portal. I literally have no jobs in my queue right now. Maybe not 100. And how are we doing on beer? We're doing okay on beer. And then down here, you. Out of curiosity. Yeah, I guess I could just sell them a couple prepared meals. I'll do it. Bunch of discs. I feel almost cheaty selling serrated glass discs because they're basically free. Why do I have so many pigs out here still? I thought I put those all inside. Because they're basically free and they cost almost no resources. I swear all of my pigs were over here. Man, I'm glad people have found the channel from YouTube. It's nice. It's nice that my YouTube channel is actually getting some traction now. Because I've been uploading Dwarf Fortress stuff there for over a year now. Like consistently putting up DF stuff for over a year. And only in the last like 90 days has it gained more, like enough traction that multiple people a week are like, yo, hello, what are you? We have ourselves an experiment artist. Interesting. A hairy humanoid. It has large mandibles and black hair. It's very curly. This is the night creature. The first that was created by the dwarf necromancer Ugnet Netboards. Skunk mirrored after the horrible experiments on the human Ostray Mouthfin in Grottenplank in the year 224. She is incredibly skinny. Hairy humanoid with mandibles. Ugh. Just hanging out in my tavern. Yeah, it's good to see that she's integrated well. The Eye of Gossenbeanie, Bard. Are you wearing anything? She's got a silver rag in her left hand. Wool trousers? Kill it with fire? No. Pig leather dress? Cave spider silk robe? Pigtail cap? I want this thing in my fort, dude. A rag, the blowpipe is made from copper, the wind chest is made from silver, and the pipe is made from green glass. Rag is a mid-sized handheld metal wind instrument consisting of a central wind chest and 4 cylindrical glass pipes, flattened with free reeds, and the musician selects which pipe, the pitch by stopping the holes in the instrument. It has a 4-octave range going from low to high pitch. At all octaves, the instrument has a thin, high, crisp timbre. It's only an abomination if you are closed-minded. This is a human that was experimented on by a crazy mastermind. And a crazy mastermind is our mayor, but that's besides the point. It's a human that was experimented on that frankly deserves some respect. No, we're gonna be nice to them. All right, let's just make gold table 3. Gold, cold, gold, throne 3. Also, as well, for those of you watching, especially if you haven't watched me for very long, I'm not using Dwarf Therapist, and I'm also not using Dwarf Hack. So everything that you're seeing are manual inputs by me. I'm not using any assisters. Any assisters? Any assists? Some people find it, excuse me, tedious. I like it. It has the ideal human body, according to that Necromancer anyway. If those portals are made yet. There we go. I like how efficient my glass makers are. Covering up the patches of the floor that look different. I know it's mudstone. It's not exactly the nicest rock, but it is what we have. And it's what we will give to our Baroness as an office. There we go. Green glass doors. So this is going to be our Baroness's office. You can become anything. Yes. You indeed can become anything. Also, I haven't asked this question in a little while, but chat room, how are you guys holding up? To those of you that are not able to go outside as much. You need to collect more sand. It's been a little bit since I've kind of had an update from you guys as to how everybody's doing. This is not safe in the slightest. What interesting materials do I have that I can make into statues? Actually, hold on. Brahms is our Baroness of the Aleharvest of Searching, yes. Who's wearing a gold ring? Or leads an office, a dining room, and a tomb, yes, and wants us to make bolts. Desperately wants to pray. I can take you off of hauling and other jobs. But what do you like? Just don't feel the same in the flat with 2 people. Yeah. I like the color green. Mint green. Glenna, Trifle, Pewter, and Squirrelmen. You like Squirrelmen, eh? Specify new image. Creature. Squirrel. Do you like squirrel men? Flying squirrel man, red squirrel man. Gray squirrel man. There you go. One. Oopsies, that's not what I wanted. Keep working. Done. So I'm going to make a gold statue of a squirrel person. And that is going to be for our Baroness. Gonna go into our office. Because our Baroness likes squirrel people. But yeah, no, for me, I don't know, I think I'm finally starting to get used to kind of the new normal. The new, significantly more antisocial than I used to be normal, you know? I don't know if there's ever going to be a point where it's going to be perfect or easy, but it's become my new normal, I think. So I hope that you guys out there have at least started to feel the new normal. There we go. We got that gold statue constructed. What do you guys think of my Baroness's office? Anything else I should add to it? There you go. You have an opulent throne room. Excellent. You know, it might be nice enough that I could also make it into your dining room. Try and do that. There you go. So instead of being an opulent throne room, it's just a fine one. So you know what? We'll give you a separate dining room. I was just curious. I'd rather you have the opulent one. Yeah, no, I agree with that. This is going to be the Baroness's dining room. Down. Heads up, chat room investments are open. If that horror asks to join, kind of really want to let that horror join my fort. Did I trade with them? I think I didn't. Well, thanks to everybody who's lurking, eh? A little lurky bit there, but that's fine. Here comes Kib. Where are you, trader? Wow, no. Silver, black, bronze, bronze, steel, bronze, black, bronze, steel. I don't need brass. Bronze, bronze. Also don't need brass, steel, bronze, rose gold, brass. Bismuth, black, bronze, steel. I don't need that.
Let's take a lovely fruit, the tomato. Remove everything that's good from it, the seeds, the vitamins, the nutrients, everything that's good about it, and just jam it full of shit garbage shit sugar and put it in a shit bottle that sounds like shit when you put it on your shit. It's shit! Stop eating ketchup!
That startled the crap out of me. I'm awake now. Well, let's buy some cheese. B-Lug's favorite thing. So do you like your new commands, Peter? Are they worth it?
Cheese for everyone!
I hope they're worth it. So, be like, what do I gotta do to get you into cassettes? I guess I need to start streaming cassettes, yeah? Let's swap out all of my metalsmith's fords for steel anvils now. Yep, this world is very hot. So it makes sense that they're keeping 2 humped camels. Get a few more. I'm glad you like the new commands. And let's trade. Curious. Spitalier, what weapon do you have equipped? Iron battle axe, as you should. Good. Alright, so this up here is going to be Baroness's dining room. We need 2 more glass portals. Glass portals are what doors are. Oh, would you look at that? Mug Bagagulud, Othest, and the surrounding lands have been made into a county, and Silvertongue, the mayor, has been re-elected. Which means we now have not a baroness, but a count. Actually, how much rose gold do I have? One. Okay, not enough. Count of Aleharvest indeed, yes. I think I already have a bunch of thrones. I mean, the Tavern of Aleharvest has only gotten more extravagant as time has gone on, that's for sure. Also, I kind of like that this tavern is like, you know, this decently like unexciting tavern walls-wise. Like, you know, it's diorite and mudstone. There's this one wall of glass blocks that lets some light in. And then there's this completely unfinished wall back here with a door in it that leads into an old mine shaft. I really like that idea. I'm thinking about, like, channeling this area down one bit and leaving the old mine shaft up above. Like, think about this. Just think about this for a second, right? If we leave this old mine shaft here, right? We channel all of the inside of the mine shaft down one layer and then build all of our bedrooms down in here underneath the mine shaft, so they come out of the bedrooms that they're staying in and they can look up and see the old, like, rock, just the jagged rock above them. That's kind of like a, I don't know, thematically a neat idea. So they go through that door and immediately down a layer. New fort. Yeah, this is the Aleharvest of Scorching. Welcome to the new fort. A fortress with an abundance of ale of all kinds, attracting visitors, everything from necromancers to zombies to dark horrors that are bards. I don't know how this bard sings with their large mandibles, but you know. This is, I think, our coolest guest, which I just read the description of. A hairy humanoid with large mandibles. It has black hair that is very curly. This night creature was first created by the dwarven necromancer Ognet Netbores, a skunk marined after the horrible experiments of the human Ostari mouthfin Rottleplank in the year 224. He's very skinny. I would imagine it would be like Mongolian throat singing, you know? Because they just have mandibles, right? So if it's like finger hands, they wouldn't have lips to be able to manipulate sound, so it'd be like, that's kind of how I'm imagining it. It would be like a low throat singing with clicking, you know? Or maybe she's the drummer, Magna. Maybe she's the drummer. She just like speaks and pops and clicks and snaps. Fun stuff like that. I'm a beatboxing bug person. I mean, maybe give it more credit than that. And currently I'm building stuff for my count. Yep, you hear Celeste OST in the background. Just the chill tracks, though. Still collecting sand. I think we're still doing okay for charcoal. Yep, still got 120. Charcoal, 100. There we go. Keep them dwarves busy. Yeah, I hope you're doing well today, Magna. Looks like a friend of mine's stream crashed. Everything on his internet site. Need more sand-bearing items. 2 nights ago, the stuff's delicious. A little bit expensive, about $35 for 750 millivolts. I'm not even sure what that is. I need to Google it. That looks fancy. Velvet liqueur. Huh. Various liqueurs, I guess. Yeah, I'm not familiar. I've never even seen this before. That's good. Are things opening up where you're at then, Magma? They want me to make bolts, and export of spiked balls is prohibited. All right, well, okay, let's just bolt. Or they want to make wooden bolts. Make 2 bone bolts if I can. Oh, you hung online? Ah. Gotcha. Yeah, that's what I enjoy doing on the weekends is hanging out with my dudes on the Discords. Keep insane one day at a time. Cool. Wait, what? Oh, you need a great bedroom. You're not happy with your bedroom. Did I not assign it? Huh. I did. Let's make a gold statue. Again with... Massive hatchet. Let's make something relative to us. We're gonna make a gold statue, probably of the Massive Hatchet's logo, which is our Dwarven's local government. Is the dining room good enough? The grand dining room, excellent. So you need a mausoleum. That currently is our only tomb. There's also tons of gold ore down here. I think so, yeah. Although they did get lots of reviews that day, so I'm happy. And a few Reddit posts that did pretty well. I think you were the only person who left a beer-related review. That makes me kind of sad. I tried. That being said, your post did get upvoted a little bit, and one person found it funny. So maybe somebody understood the reference. Spitalier has become a militia captain. You're an axe dwarf now. Let's see how Spitalier is holding up now that Spitalier is an axe dwarf. Uneasy after lack of decent meals for too long. Uneasy after being unable to be extravagant for too long. Boy. I'm curious about something. How are we doing for cloth? We need to spin up a cloth industry, pun intended. 212 cloth. Okay, how about leather? Rather do tanned hides than leather. Lots of tanned hides. Sweet. Let's actually spin up a leather industry real quick and make some leather clothing for everybody. I'm pretty sure I got 2 leather workers around. Just get those made and then go leather. Robe. 40. Leather. Dress. 40. Leather. Trousers. 40. Let's also say make everybody a gold bracelet. And let's dig down and get some more gold. Ah. Hit aquifer. This. Is that olivine? Garnerite. What's garnerite? Ore of nickel. Well, I mean, I guess we can mine that. Not particularly helpful, but... you know what, actually? Dig some up downstairs. And we will increase the priority on these. Go down a little bit. The Bad Creatures. That sounds like a Dwarf Fortress punk rock group. Also, I just spotted a hole in my wall, which I should fix. Actually, you know what that horror is kind of? That horror is kind of like those creatures from District 9. Basically what it is. Like the prawns from District 9. Who are you giving water to? Weird. Unless it's some sort of animal. Where are you going? Huh. Weird. It's supposed to be a miner. Pretty bad at that, apparently. Oh, I took you off of mining. Why would I do that? Probably because you wanted to practice a craft, but still. Yeah, no, if anybody has any questions about what you're looking at in Dwarf Fort, or if you're confused, please let me know. I'll do my best to help you. If I can't answer your question, someone in chat can. There we go, someone's working down. At least I'm finding plenty of gems. Finished making 100 charcoal, so we should be good for a while for making metal and glass. Wow, 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 wow. So yeah, the plan is, how long have we been playing DF for? Since about 11-ish? 40. We've been live for almost 6 hours. We can do another hour or so of Dwarf Fort. Unless chat gets super busy. At which point then we'll switch over to some SnowRunner. And we'll see how that game is. Curious if we're gonna hit any caverns. Mind has been taken by a Fey mood. I don't know if there's any Cupa subs around, but we got ourselves a mood. Metsus, hello. It's good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Mind has claimed a mason shop. Any bets on what Mind is gonna make? Claiming that mason shop. Grabbing some mudstone. Thanks, Erytherpus. A grate? I don't know if we're great enough for that. Masterpiece. Yay, Jack Nurk is making masterpiece stuffs. Are you starting to feel fine finally? Well, made a masterpiece. That was satisfying. Still feel nothing for like literally anything else. Ah, that sucks, B-Lug. Some people must have subscribed today and like not shared notifications because I've gone up 2 subs in the last 2 hours. So cheers. Made a bunch of green glass pots, but we cancel the job now because we can't keep up with the sand demand. And so he's grabbed bones. One of like the 4 uncut gems in the fort. Although I've actually found more gems now. Mine has begun a mysterious construction. All right, what have you all grabbed? Diorite, mudstones, stray sow bone, rough ochals, billion bars, and willow logs. Yeah, I don't know. I do not know. But if you have any bets, feel free to share. We got one for a bracelet. I don't think they'll make a bracelet, personally. I don't see it being a bracelet. God, man, a door would actually be kind of fucking amazing. I would really, really like if they could go get me a door. All right, let's fly down here and automate orange gems and see what we got. Gems, 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 gems. Man, okay, so we dug pretty far down. Looks like we got a lot of quartzite though. I think I might start mining in the quartzite, looking for more gems, though. Gotta jump back up to our farms. Because we are out of lettuce seeds, supposedly. Oh, that's fine, though. Out of eggplant. Oh, well, that sucks. Let's make some more pearl mullet. Down here, let's do squash vines. Looking around for places where I can grow stuff. A nice spot where we can grow some more things over there. Let's get that done. Dude, like hatch covers and doors are always fucking clutch. Well, it's not what we wanted, but it is our second armor stand. Mind. Cyber Skillet. The Mason has created Eden's Goods, a diorite armor stand, and claims it as an heirloom in the name of the family ancestor, Bambool Guildmastered. Guys, can I get a round of beers for this artifact, which is going to go directly into my my countess's bedroom. This is a diorite armor stand. All craft worship is of the highest quality. It is encrusted with wax opal cabochons and encircled with bands of willow. This object is adorned with hanging rings of pig bone, and on this item is an image of Stock Scoundrel, the gold armor stand in diorite. That's the other one that we made. On the item is an image of Herpes in mudstone. There's Herpes in this game. On the item in this image is an image of a dwarf in Billion. Apparently there's Herpes in Dwarf Fortress. Did you know that, Jet? Harpies, I think is how they're pronounced. I always read them as herpes. But they're harpies. I'm gonna put genital warts. Making masterpiece mechanisms. Alright, well, you should have a great bedroom by now. Come on. Unless, do you have a secondary bed assigned? Is that the problem? There you go. You've got yourself a great dining or bedroom now. You just need another chest in it. Although I can put that down in your mausoleum. Can I not make gold coffins? Okay, well. In custody? Oh, are we still interrogating people? I guess so. Knobbed for the armor's pleasure. I mean, I guess a condom is kind of like sex armor. It's not that far off. Yeah, neither have I. Is what partially is what's making it super weird. You've seen undead harpies? Really? Well, then I guess there must be living harpies somewhere. Well, looks like we're getting bits and pieces of gems, though, so there is that. I mean, obviously they're evil. That's a given. You know, I need to get rid of a lot of these boulders. Otherwise, this area is just gonna bother me for a while. So we're gonna do some garbage cleanup. It's gonna be boring, but needs to be done. The only evil in allied biomes. Yeah, no, totally. That would make sense. Sounds like you'd see them all the time on Kipo streams, though. So we're gonna fill this area up with bladed, serrated glass disc traps. Gonna take a while. God, I got so many random, like, wooden weapons from fucking elves. Because they went and died to that stupid giraffe. Is that bridge hooked up? Yes, it is. I also apparently have something in this cage. Oh, we got a Wolverine in a cage. I don't know what I can do with the Wolverine. Are Wolverines tameable? At least all the leather clothing is getting done. That's a very awkward way to try and itch my head. Shouldn't be doing that. Yeah, no, guys, I'm glad that everybody out there is kind of holding up. It is really starting to seem like everybody's getting back to normal. At least whatever normal is. Are they worth training? As you know, there's always a bunch of rotten stalkers are visiting. Just note there. Fair enough. Yeah, my next project for quarantine, which kind of started this morning, is I want a garden, and I've wanted it for a while. So I sent my mumsy an email, and she's kind of basically stated that she has plenty of pots as long as I'm fine with plain and black pots, as well as plenty of seeds and some plants that she can give me. Things like kale and cilantro and stuff like that. Having like my own fresh herb garden would be so nice. Really would be so nice. And in the summer, my porch gets more than enough sun, and it's kind of that time of year that, you know, if we start soon, we could get some stuff planted. Oh, do I actually have a dwarf in prison? What were you accused of? Oh! Did you have a tantrum? Oh no, probably failed, yeah. Probably failed to complete the job and he got blamed for it. Although look at this. Feels guilty after being confined, but feels admiration near a completely sublime restraint. That's good. And he feels pleasure near a fine bed. So he's basically just like happy. He's just like, look at this beautiful craft dwarf ship. Yeah, everybody always says chili peppers, but man, I don't need to grow chilies. I just want like a little herbs garden. Those little leafy greens. Nice healthy leafy greens. Interesting. Worth noting, Gears Tactics has mixed reviews. One of my favorite reviews that I've seen after glancing for a few seconds is definitely maybe worth $30, not recommended at retail price. I like this review. Microsoft's latest attempt to make people upgrade to Windows 10. Negative review. Crashing, freezing. Interesting. Oh, really? Hey, do you have like a hydroponics setup? Because that's awesome. I would totally do something like that if I had a, like, bigger place to live. Just gotta give them a nice enough prison cell, man. Like, actually, you know what I should do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Green portal, 10. Dwarves love them green glass portals. Kind of. I'd love to see pictures of that. Because I'm fascinated by that sort of stuff. But yeah, no, being able to grow little lettuces and kale would be super nice. Like, if I could just, like, have salad all year and not have to go out of my way to buy salad, that'd be so nice. I really need sand-bearing items. Can someone... Oh. The job finished. Gonna make a big old job for collect sand. About halfway done through this. Doing this with a higher frame rate is way faster than it used to be. Yeah, that's totally what you would grow in a hydroponic setup, Hobo. I mean, I will be honest with you. If I had a 2-bedroom apartment, you bloody well bet your ass I would be growing marijuana in a hydroponic setup. Speaking of lettuce seeds. Where are the lettuce seeds? But that's okay. But seriously, I would love to have a herb garden. It'd also give me something to do in the mornings when I wake up early. Get up. Go, check my herb. And I can own 2 marijuana plants legally where I live, non-commercially, without a license. I have no fucking idea how I would get said plant. Unfortunately, you didn't have extra room. All of the time didn't have more potted plants for living in the windowsills. Yeah. Yeah, no, I just want more plants in my apartment. That's like the other thing. I really just want more plants. Finally finished those 70 gold bracelets. How am I doing on gold now? I need to actually go mine some more gold. 114 bars cut. We still got tons. Okay, let's see if that glass coffin's done yet. Yep, it is. Excellent. We're waiting on that statue. Oh, right. No, I was going to put a coffer. That's H. Yeah, I don't want to give you a wooden one. Let's make 2 gold chests right quick. You know, I'm human. I'm human and I have an apartment and I would like to do good things with the space I have rather than just filling it with wasteful things that I don't need, you know? Owning more plants and doing good things with my space. Things that save me money in the long run. Right, we just need to get you a chest. And I also like cooking. And having my own herbs would be nice. And I'll be honest, you know, being under semi-quarantine and social distancing has made me want more hobbies. In my case, a hobby that I really want is the, you know, ability to make my own shit. Alright, so I've now a bunch of glass doors, right? You want dwarves to love. What do you mean love? Oh shit, I should make sure I'm putting in the right doors. Glass, glass. And to make sure they're putting in the right doors. Dwarves love green glass doors. So if they're sitting there just admiring their door, that's another moodlet that they gain from going to prison. I want going to prison to be a good thing for dwarves, and they come out happier than they were when they went in. They just sit there and admire their surroundings the entire time. You have an aloe plant that you had to repot a couple of times because of how big it grew, and it multiplied despite a small pot. Oh, that's awesome. What do you guys think of the doors just being like a green square? Makes me look forward to the Steam version when everything has its own sprite. You know, it's one thing that does actually make me wonder about the Steam version stuff that they've shown. And next time they release pictures, I want to comment on this. All of the pictures that they've shown are very zoomed in. Okay, we've got those 2 gold chests done. And then the other one can go upstairs in the tavern. Yeah, the maps are zoomed out, but I want to know what that, like, the multi-level screenshots and stuff that they've shared are going to look like when they're this zoomed out, right? Like, They're basically showing screenshots that are more zoomed in than this right now. Like another tick or two more zoomed in. I want to know what they look like at this level. You know? Oh, really? You had the $10 coupon? Yo, use Bellinair's code. The creator store code. I'm trying to avoid people using mine. So if they have the creator store option, use Bellinair's. Need an empty bag. I need more bags. All right. Like 30 more leather bags. My bags are all filled with seeds right now. All right, it's time to murder some piggies. But yeah, no, I realized I had a coupon for Epic Game Store. You know what I spent it on? I bought Journey. I was like, well, I love Journey, so I guess I'm buying Journey. We'll see you later, Hayes. Cheers, dude. I think I just saw a cat give birth to kittens in this game. I saw a gray sea run to a spot, stop, and then a bunch of red seas came out of it. You reinstalled 7 Days to Die? And how are they serving you? Now that you've reinstalled them? What do you think? Wait, what's adorable? Oh, the cat giving birth? Yeah, kinda. Kinda. I'm gonna take this game saving opportunity as a quick opportunity to take a piss. 2 seconds. Uh-oh. Combat notification? A pangolian. Small mammal covered in hard scales. Has a long nose and tongue which it uses to feed. What those are. Since I'm saying it wrong. Huh. Interesting. Most all of those boulders are gone. Yeah, I think I know what those guys. Did I say it right? Paraturpus? They're kind of like a little spiky armadillo anteater, aren't they? That's kind of what those guys look like. Tibbs, considering you're injured still. Pangolin? Pangolin. That's basically what I said. I'll stand by that. That's basically what I was real worried when I saw that it was fighting, though. Elven diplomat. Interesting. So I did have a warning from the elves a little while ago that we've disgraced the trees in the area, and now a diplomat shows up. Curious. Rise and shine. How you doing? A masterpiece lettuce leaf roast, really? A lot of flies in my kitchens. Lettuce leaf roast. Created by Melchior. The ingredients are exceptionally minced pig sweetbread, purely minced pig kidney, and exceptionally minced pig sweetbread, and exceptionally minced lettuce leaf. So it's like pig sweetbread wrapped in lettuce leaf. Sounds tasty, actually. That's about what I've gotten the last 4 or 5 nights. Commander. 4 to 6 hours of sleep. I do well if I get 7. If I get 7, it's a good day. Very good day. Nevada Epivical. Greetings. From the woodlands, we have much to discuss. Elves are partial to the particular trees in the forests surrounding your lands. We loathe that you spare a single branch to your senseless slaughter. We are willing to ask that you cap your tree fellows to 100 until we meet next. I will try to return next year as I am able. We grant this request. We can part with at most 122 trees. Sure. We can abide by this. We will work around for our mutual coexistences. There is much to share. Information has been added to Civilization World Info. Although we do not always see eye to eye, young dwarf. I bid you farewell. You may someday embrace nature as you embrace the rocks and mud. I do kind of want to be at peace with them because I want to have elves in my tavern. Also, we're not cutting down 122 trees a year. Not even fucking close, mate. Oh, spiked balls is what you want. Crossbows. Okay, let's make wood crossbow. Spiked ball. Iron. Yeah, 122. Like, we're cutting down at most a dozen trees a year. RimWorld, 122 trees. A week easy. I really, really hope that at some point we get like a dialogue update. I want more variation in the dialogue based on current, like opinions of other factions from factions and stuff like that. Let's see how Brahms is doing actually. Currently simulating playing music. Felt pleasure near a fine seat. Interested after watching a performance. Good stuff. Happy Dwarf, it seems. But no, I tend to agree with you. I really wish they weren't all dicks as well. You're a competent archer. I really wish that... Does anybody know, like, a foolproof way of just getting crossbow dwarves to train crossbow? Because I don't know how to do it. It's been driving me nuts. I'm way too happy with the name oops, it's not what I wanted. With the name Massive Hatchet for our group. Yeah, RimWorld, you can do that in like 30 seconds. For Fortress, and not so much. Yeah, goodbye to that diplomat. May they hopefully bring us good news next year. Because we are not like I'm enjoying this fort, and I'd rather not get ambushed by elves out of nowhere. So make them hunters. Yeah. Might have to do that. I think what I really need is I need something for them to shoot at. Like a wild animal or something. Uses target practice. I just don't know what I could do. Or really how to do that. Like put it behind fortifications and then just tell them to shoot it, I guess. That would be my main assumption on how I would do that. Is just put a creature behind a wall of fortifications and then just be like, shoot it! I guess I could do that with that Wolverine, maybe. I mean, then I have to fight with goblins first, dude. Because I'm assuming I could do that with wild animals too. So I'm gonna try and do that way. Use that Wolverine. I've got an idea. Internet just went off for a moment there. Well, welcome back. Our leather worker has been possessed. Claims the leather works. Interesting. Grabs leather. Grabs more leather. Grabs more leather. Grabs a gem. Gold. Alright, well, whatever this dwarf is making, it's going to be valuable. Yeah, no, absolutely. No, that's 100% what I'm planning on doing. Leather, 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 and gold. Any bets on what this dwarf makes? Brown recluse spider silk, mudstone blocks, gold nuggets, amber opals, pig leather, horse leather, and pig leather. Also speaking, how are we doing on tanned hides? 133. Just really hoping that they're properly dealing with that leather. Yeah, it looks like it. My manager is indeed tanning hides. Perfect. My gem cutter's depressed. Want to pray? Want to practice a craft? Just gonna cut diorite gems. Imposed a ban on certain exports. Bolts, yeah, that's fine. I'm really hoping it's it was a leather shop, a leather works, Sarah lied. I'm just sitting here and really hoping it's a thong. Leather thongs always make me chuckle. John has slipped into depression. Well, we're losing our first dwarf, really. The depression from the looks of things. No, it's a low boot. Inul, the leather worker, has created La Cacarez, a pig leather low boot. With 5,580. This is a pig leather low boot. All craft or ship is of the highest quality. It is encrusted with cushion, mudstone cabochons, and decorated with pig leather, and horse leather, and encircled with bands of pig leather, and pear-cut amber opals, and rectangular native-cut gold cabochons. This object menaces with spikes of brown recluse spider silk. It's a boot, yep. There's so many dwarves running through here. All with blocks. I mean, there's certainly worse things it could be. At least it's usable. Hopefully one of my crossbow dwarves will go equip it. Yeah, I don't know what to do with these higher areas. Maybe make them into a library or something. And we have so much meat in the fort. It's actually kind of crazy. We're gonna make 100 more lavish meals. It's gonna be our main export. It's food. Also making more gold bars. We're down to 26 gold bars. Interesting. Can you claim a dwarf? Sure. What kind of job do you want? Got some leather workers, bunch of engravers, bunch of children, some wrestlers, farmers, mechanic. I know you said pick one at random, but I'll just make you... Be a leather worker. Unless you want to be an engraver? Okay. You're the one that's smelting gold right now. I want to name a male dwarf. I've only named female dwarves today. There you go. Landar. Then the last season he felt pleasure after a satisfying acquisition and didn't feel anything after putting on a well-crafted item, was interested after a performance. You have one child. No other relations, no health problems. 114 years old, born on the 14th of Granite year 441. He's a very high-pitched voice and his sideburns are clean-shaven. His medium-length mustache is arranged in double braids and his very long beard is neatly combed. He is clean-shaven and his slightly rounded bronze eyes have very thin irises. He likes Certle Pewter, Kunzite, giant moose hoof, not giant goose hoof, bolts, weapon racks, and giant skinks for their colorful tongues. And the words of the Gate of Castles. And when possible, prefers to consume black bullhead and maize beer. Oh, we have maize beer. Sorghum flour and absolutely hates fire snake. We have maize beer and have sorghum. Personally values romance. Values sacrifice and sees competition as wasteful and silly and doesn't care about nature one way or another. Dreams of raising a family. Is unerringly returns favors and has a profound sense of gratitude for actions of others. Wow. He is stingy with others, with resources and projects, and refuses to expend any extra effort. He is curious and sometimes to his detriment. He is rarely happy or enthusiastic, and he is conflicted by this, because he values parties and merrymaking in the abstract. Apparently you're giving water to people. Well, that would make sense since you love helping others. Needs mechanics. Well, that's probably because I'm making hundreds of mechanisms right now. If I cancel the mechanisms job, they will go and make those traps. A chill day again today. That's okay. I think that Twitch kind of had that big old bump for a bit, and now we're kind of like past that big old bump from everybody being put into quarantine. People are starting to do other things with their time and not watching Twitch as much. Part of me feels like I should complain, but don't really have anything to complain about. That's going to be our animal murder pit for training. It's going to be the animal abuse room. Hey, Zoe. Yeah, no, I understand that. It's just like the past, I don't know, 7 days. Just like kind of wide. Like I've seen it across my whole team. Everybody got about 30 to 40% less people watching for the last week. I mean, some people are still like kind of pulling more normal statistics, but a lot of us are seeing a lot lower numbers right now. But no, I fully understand that. In cases rise again? Oh, God. I don't even want to joke about that, dude. Did you guys hear that one of the states in the there's a state in the U.S. that's suing the Chinese government over not telling people about COVID soon enough? Heard about that, and I like facepalmed for a solid minute. And it's like, wait, you can sue a government? Apparently you can sue a government. Kind of the most what moment I've had in a minute. The German government is also doing it, yeah. I mean, if you try hard enough, clearly. But there's also a state in the US that's doing it. I'd need to Google which one it was. Am I forgetting what button I need to press to expand this? That's the button. Wolverine. Also have a river otter. Oh, yeah, actually, you know what? Fuck magpies. I'm going to cage up a magpie. Use that for target practice. Alabama? Yep, that was it. I can't tell if that's ironic or not. Obo. I mean, I wouldn't quote me on anything that I say ever. Are magpies vermin? I think that might be. Let's just put a cage of something that I know isn't vermin in here. Like that. Oh, really? That whole thing's been set to be smooth, but we can't actually get to it. Oh. I do need a caged Kia, yeah. Destruction of certain goods, eh? Spiked balls. What's the other one? Wooden spiked balls. And you just don't want me to export crossbows. That's fine. How's your dwarf doing? Exactly the same. Nothing much has really happened, so guarantee you they haven't changed much. You've just been kind of meditating. You're very happy about your bedroom. Been a pretty quiet day, all things considered. No, they're not training, but I'm working on it. I'm setting up a Wolverine that they can use as target practice. Poor animal? Nah. Wolverines are assholes. Trust me. I deconstruct that cage. Yeah, I need to cage and move it. Wolverines? I don't want to train them for war. They'll be like all war animals in Dwarf Fortress. They just run in and die. You can make them tame, but you can't war train them, I don't think. I'd say almost every major government has dropped the ball with the issue, to be honest with you. But yeah, you wanted to be in the military, and if you're going to complain about my methods of training with said military, I can take you out of the military. Yeah, but I don't see how suing them does anything except for being annoying. But you're not wrong. I think that they also did a better job of isolating and dealing with it than a lot of other countries. Sure, they didn't talk soon enough about how fast it was spreading, but nobody did. Yeah, exactly. Like, it doesn't help anything. How do you set them? Orders. Forbid, which is capital F. Claim used ammunition, P. So O, capital F, P. Will the animal die in practice? Possibly. But hopefully we get some XP first. We put a new animal in. Rinse, repeat. Actually, I wonder. Can I can't tell them to attack that. If I station them there. Wondering if they'll shoot at the targets if they're stationed. Doesn't appear to be. Never mind. As a Canadian, suing people doesn't make anything better. Doesn't matter why. All it does is annoy the people that are doing. You're not going to fix anything or make anything better or help anybody by suing somebody. Just my 2 cents. All right, all of our mandates are done. Partition. Just entertainers, we don't need them. I don't know why I always say partition. It's petition. Partition is something completely different. God. You know, Twitch has gotten a lot more quiet the past week. It really has. Not even trying to complain, it's just kind of an observation, you know? We got that lever done. Up to cage. On Twitch? I don't know. I mean, maybe on my stream. Like a week and a bit ago, we had, I don't know, consistently like a dozen to 2 dozen more people watching. But recently, last like week and a half, it's dipped down. It's very obvious in my stats. It was like about 2 weeks there where we had like 80 people every day. And then it just went thunk. I don't know. I mean, maybe people are burning out on my stream. I don't know. Can't handle me anymore. I'm too rough. Putting a door there, I think, was a mistake. Waiting for that second trigger to get hooked up. We lost internet. Yeah, the internet was taken away. Last week I jumped on a couple of times and was at 150. Today only 50. Yep. No, as I said, I don't know. Are actually below 50. That's impressive even for me. Like, this is what we were doing last summer. When the channel almost died for a month. I was getting a lot of big auto hosts last few weeks. But at the same time, I'm still getting those same hosts. That means everybody's down. I don't know. I really wish that, like, I'm gonna complain for a second here, chat. I've always wished that my Twitch channel could have some sort of consistency when it comes to views. Ooh, pig tallow roast. Because I've never had any sort of consistency when it comes to views. Never. I know lots of channels who do. A lot of my friends' channels do, but I'm all over the place. Some days I do fantastic, and the rest of the time it's... There's never any in between. You're just hanging out up there. You're carving ramps down. Why are you doing it there? Sorry. Mm-hmm. All right, now we forbid that passage on that door and pull that lever. I should let the Wolverine out, and hopefully we can shoot arrows at it. Let's see what happens. Poor Wolverine. Look at it. Interesting. How the heck are you trying to get to the Wolverine? Yeah, they go above it. I mean, you guys are all equipped with crossbows and bolts. Huh. You got crossbows. They not have bolts? Oh, they might not have bolts. All right, let's fix that. Really? Hold on. Go to bars. Dot. I got 8 iron, 4 steel. Steel, bolts. 4. Iron bolts. Generally, yeah, because people are kind and gift subs frequently. That's generally the case. They have quivers. That's a possibility. Leather quiver. 30. Like a bunch of quivers. Got tons of leather. And also eat some more pigs. Boar, horse boar, boar. Yeah, leave a few alive. Alright, let's see what my leather workers go do. Yeah, they're making quivers, and we're also making bolts. Also, I'll take a name if you want one. Since you're offering. Oh, the high treasure has arrived. Has it really been a year already? Already? Already. Yeah, that's a word. I mean, I'm not too worried, Anander, honestly. Like, that's not the concern. It's more just a question mark, if that makes sense. Like, holding a subscription number is always nice. It's great, in fact. But it's sort of like my YouTube channel, you know? My YouTube channel trucked along for years, basically, getting around at 1,500 views a month. I just got 80,000 views on my YouTube channel in the last 30 days. I've always wanted, with my Twitch channel, consistently pull about 15,000 views a month. But I'll pull it for like 2 months, and then there'll be like 3 months where it's way below. And then I'll pull it again, and I'll pull it off, and I'll be happy, and then it'll be way below. And there's never any consistency there. I want consistency in everything. In averages, total views, money, everything, because that's what gives me stability. But when I have big-ass drops for days on end, it makes me go, okay, what am I doing wrong? What do I need to do to fix this? And often it's completely out of my control, and it's frustrating. I mean, they break if you use steel or iron, but I ain't using wood. I'm an engraver. Ooh. I'm elected as mayor. Thank you. On behalf of the Merchants Guild, let me extend the greetings from our people. There is much to discuss. Information has been added to the Civilization World Info. What requests do you have of our merchants? Let's bring me all of your exotic leathers, my friends. Let's discuss what we are willing to offer for your craftsmanship. Feel free to go over the documents. Bracelets, figures, amulets, cut gems. Cool. And that's not what they're getting, but again, on behalf of the Merchants Guild, let me bid you farewell to you and your stout dwarf. Once again, I love how polite the humans are. There you go, you got a quiver. Now they're going to archery practice. Okay, yeah, that's probably the problem, is that they didn't have quivers. Neat. Can you shoot at that Wolverine? Yeah, I didn't even think about that as a problem. They still just kind of go above it. Oh well, we can just call it our mascot. Wait, you're watching a training? Oh, a tanning demonstration. Really? Huh. I have a tanner's guild. Or farmer's guild, and he's watching a tanning demonstration. Who's giving the tanning demonstration? Interesting. The tanner's giving a tanning demonstration. Ooh. That's exciting. Lacalaz was seen being stolen. All right, so who's stealing it then? You guys gonna go report a crime? I don't see it in the justice screen. Oh wait, there we go. Huh. John the farmer was trying to steal it. Interesting. Yeah, there you go. It's in your inventory. We have a theft and we caught him. He's fighting with... Who's that? My Necromancer Mayor. Who beat the crap out of him. Was satisfied at work. And didn't feel anything after punishing somebody. Okay, you're lying down. Being carried. Oh, John the farmer's been found dead. I'm half expecting somebody to resurrect him, but you know, he did steal an artifact. And I got some F's in chat for John the farmer. Stupid bastard. That's exciting. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Dwarf caught in the act of stealing an artifact. That's cool. Could even make that area theirs with an armor stand. Have a chest full of bolts on hand. I mean, what I should do. Got these stupid chests. Might as well use them for something. Make a ton of bone bolts because I've got shit tons of bones from all these pigs I'm slaughtering. Also move goods. Some of this food. Not gonna need to sell even remotely close to all of it. You can buy bolts from them too. There we go. They're all becoming Mark Swerves now. Thanks for pointing out the quivers thing. I totally forgot about quivers. Trade has been requested at depot. Here comes the trader. And we can trade. Iron, rose, gold, platinum, silver, black, bronze, copper, iron, black, bronze, platinum, rose, gold, copper, iron, sterling, silver, electrum, copper, iron, rose, gold, platinum, bronze. Bronze bars, and then gems. Creating way too much. And do 2 meals. There we go. We can get all those bars out of there. Masterpiece dog leather quivers. Gotta love them. Need a place for metal bars. I didn't even take their leathers. I literally just took their metals. Okay, also, what's the name of this ore? All I know is it's tin. Garnerite. Garnerite. No, don't cut. Smelt. Put that on 0 until they smelt all of it, and we're gonna make them into bins! There we go. They're all practicing. Excellent. Hopefully that'll help unclutter a little bit. See if my gem cutter's getting less insane yet. Satisfied while yelling at somebody in charge. Lonely after being away from friends. Raptured after... God, what do I need to do to make you happy? Man. Merchants have embarked on their journey. Goblin Poet is visiting. Mismatch. What's causing that? Oh shit, we don't actually have a grave for you. I thought that I would have had some free graves. Oh, I do. Okay. Used for burial. I have a free grave. If somebody's coming to get this body. Let's just wait until somebody comes and gets it. Oh shit, is that my mare? Ah, no, it's just a random dancer. I was like, yay, my mare's no longer depressed. Never mind, still depressed. Doing okay there, Lyra. That upon wearing old clothing. Let's get you leather cap. Make 50 leather caps. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. And a peddler is visiting. I don't trust no peddlers. There's so many mandates. Well, he's depressed because he's a necromancer, right? Problem with dwarven necromancers is they can't drink, but they also desperately want to drink. So you just end up having a endlessly depressed necromancers. Yeah, see? Depressed necromancer. Also wants to practice some martial art. But put you into the Lancers of Slashing and let you go practice some military. He wants to practice some martial arts. We'll give him that. I know what you're gonna go pick up. Uh-oh. Well, something that scared you. Oh, there's an elf's dead body over there, supposedly. Yep, there's some dead elves up there. Interesting. What did you grab? An apricot longsword. You know, maybe not a bad thing. It's an odd choice of weapon. Bad for training, though. Heads up, chat room. Investments are open. Fortress of Streaming. Why? It's a little lore breaking. You at least like I really hope that this helps a bit. Impronounceable bullshit has been stolen. I guarantee you it was that peddler. Nope, it was not. Well, that's silly. All right, guys. Well, with that, we've got a depressed mayor. We're making pig leather stuff. Farming is still going well. We've got a couple more floors. The tavern is actually at its full size now. Got gloriously large tables. We've got... we actually had a murder in the fortress. My mayor had to kill somebody. I think it's time for us to switch over to some SnowRunner. SnowRun and chill. Because we've streamed a good amount. Maybe it was the farmer again? No, farmer got killed. Farmer was given a beating, and the beating was a bit much. And farmer fell into a bunch of little itty bitty giblets.